We'll start with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I welcome you all to the study of Tattvabodha text by Shankaracharya. We have started the text with this prayer. The prayer is mainly meant for the Lord to protect us during the course of our study. The prayers help so that we can enjoy our sessions together. Let the studies be bright and brilliant. Let there not be misunderstanding during the study. And of course, the last thing is let us have peace in our mind all the time. So, this is a common prayer when we start a spiritual study. We'll be using this prayer every time when we start the class, and then we will begin the class. Tattvabodha is a text written by Shankaracharya, and during this text, we have chanting. All the chantings are done by one of our seekers who joins the classes. Her name is Vijaya Gosala, and she has done chanting for almost all my classes. She has got a lovely voice, and as you can see when we do the chanting. Today's talk, I will be speaking for 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour 20 minutes roughly. And then I will open up a Q&A where you can post questions in the notice board, or you can even ask the questions directly by raising a hand during the Q&A session. So about 15-20 minutes will be there for Q&A, and I will be asking a question where I need some answer from you, whether you would like to have a meditation session after the classes every week. So you think about it. If you feel that you would like to have a meditation session, based on the responses, I will, in the notice board, I will decide this meditation session. Usually in other classes before, in Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishads, I usually end up with a meditation session. Okay, now, as I told you, this text is written by Shankaracharya. Many of us, we have heard about Bhagavad Gita. We have heard about Upanishads, just hearsay. We during our normal course of life, we do hear about these texts, and we are not sure how I should learn that text. So many people, they just listen to some chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, some verses in the YouTube, and so on. But how does this become a part of my life? The first thing we should understand is the Veda says the human goals of life can be divided into 4 portions: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. All of us, if you take the humanity as such, The entire life's endeavor can be divided into these four activities. I'm sure all of you know what is dharma. Dharma means doing a duty. We are born in a family, we are born in a society, we are born in a particular country, and definitely there are social duties. There are duties for the family and also duties for the self. So dharma is the first goal. All of us need to live a dharmic life, a life of values. Bhagavad Gita, the 13th chapter, gives 20 values. In the 16th chapter, it gives 26 values. So if you want to know what are the values I should develop in life, Bhagavad Gita, the 13th chapter and the 16th chapter gives you a complete list of 46 values. Then comes the second goal, Artha. Artha means wealth. Wealth doesn't mean only money, but it also means health. Good health is a wealth. A good body and a healthy mind is a great wealth. If you see the people who are in hospitals or who are suffering, then you will realize that what I'm enjoying, is a great wealth. Of course, wealth also means money, which is required in life, property, investments, and so on. Those are all comes under Artha. So the second goal for all of us, we study in school, we go to college with a view to work and money. So Veda says that is perfectly all right. That is a specific goal of an individual. The third goal is karma. Human life is never without entertainment. Whether it is mobile through WhatsApp, through YouTube. Today we have social media entertainments, TV, newspaper, music. So many entertainments are there. The human's life is also entertainment oriented. Nothing wrong in it. Veda says, go ahead, because our sense organs are designed to be extroverted. To be extroverted means what? It means that our sense organs will search for sense objects in the external world. So you will run after good food in good restaurants. You will run after nice sceneries. You will you will be after good fragrances and so on, good music. So that is a part and parcel of our life. It's also one of the human goals. Kathopanishad says that man is never satisfied with dharma, artha, and kama. This is a fact. You can investigate this in your own life, but to realize this, it takes time. Maybe 40 years, 45 years, 35. Some people, they understand this very easily at the age of 25 also. It all depends on the quality of mind which you have brought into this world and the orientation of the mind. Is it externally oriented or is it drawn inwards? So, very beautifully, The Kathopanishad says that one is never satisfied in life with three goals of the human being: dharma, artha, and kama. What is it which we are searching for, but we are not able to find it? A common goal to all of us in all the countries of for all the people is everybody wants to have peace of mind. Common goal. Everybody. I don't want to have a turbulent mind. I want to have a peaceful mind, not one day, not a few hours, but throughout my life, I want a peaceful mind. Another common goal is security. Whenever I want something, whenever I lack something, I must I must have some security in life. People go for insurance. That is security. But in life, insurance and other things in the world does not give us full security. I want to have a secure, balanced life. And most of us will run to God, to the temples for security. Perfectly all right. Happiness, a common goal sought by everybody. The last one is fulfillment in life. This is something which everybody wants, but they don't know how to put it in words. They don't know what really makes me fulfilled in life. So, all our efforts, our desires are all for contentment in life, tripti. I want a full, complete life. Today, I feel I am finite. I want to become full, infinite. I want to be happy forever. I don't want to have limitations in my life. This is a very, very important goal. We don't understand this, but we all feel it. I, my intellect is limited. My sense organs are limited. My mind is full of emotions. They are all limited by nature. God has made the human body and mind in this with this design. But the human requirement is complete fulfillment where I don't lack anything in life. When you look at the external world, you can get wealth, you can get some happiness, you can get some sort of security also. But do they give me absolute security? Do they give me infinite happiness? Because we are not looking for finite happiness. Finite means limited in time. I was happy 5 years ago when I got married. But today, look at my situation. I'm lacking something. I feel a sense of inadequacy. I feel I am a wanting person. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want another PhD. I want to enjoy some other part of the world. I want to go on a world tour. That is what is called as lacking. That means inadequate yourself. This is a common feeling for all of us in our and we don't know what will give us in life. In the finite world will not make give you fulfillment or contentment. Tripti in Sanskrit. A disciple goes to a teacher and says, I have in life studied about 25 different topics. Narada, Asana, but one thing I don't have, that is contentment, fulfillment. How to get rid of so are of our life is we are already looking in the external world. Veda says, look within and discover there is something called as Atma. That Atma, when you discover that in your own intellect, you will be fulfilled in life. And this is called as moksha. Liberation from the feeling of inadequacy, the feeling of feeling limited in life. Anything in life in the of life of external world is limited in either time or limited in objects. So for the fourth goal, a study of scriptures is required. To know what is Atma, there is no other source of knowledge except coming to the Veda. Veda is the pramanam, source of knowledge for contentment in life. So I hope you have got the grand picture of life. Four goals: Dharma, Artha, Kama. The last goal is generally not known by people. The Veda reveals this truth about feeling of inadequacy, limitation, which it calls it as bandha. Bandha means you are in bondage with reference to your body and mind. Veda says you are an individual, you are a jiva, you are living in this body, you are a resident in this body. And when you are resident in this body, you are using the body as an instrument. You are using the mind as an instrument. There are two instruments to you. This is the vision of the Veda. With this body and mind, what you do in life gives you freedom from bondage, or it gives you uh, it puts you into bondage. It gives you a feeling of limitations. If I want to know this Atma, there are three texts called as Prasthana Traya. Prasthana Traya means it is the combination of three texts: Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra. If you have not heard of these three texts, doesn't matter. But this is the way one understands what is spiritual science. We are learning a science which is related to the subject I. Normally, science deals with objective nature. But when you come to the study, spiritual study, it is not an objective science, but it is subjective science. For the subjective science, the three texts which are available are Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters are there, 701 verses are there. Upanishads, there are 108 Upanishads where texts are available. But Shankaracharya has written commentary on 10 Upanishads, which are usually studied by seekers. They are all from the four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. Four Vedas are there, and each of those Vedas has got Upanishads. Upanishads means it is a text which comes at the end of the Veda. Then the third text is Brahma Sutra. When you have studied Upanishads, what happens? You get a lot of doubts. Those doubts are cleared when you study Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra is a text which has got 555 sutras. Sutras means our concepts, simple sentences, but with very deep meaning. So in Vedanta students' website, you will find a complete study and notes for all the three areas, all the three texts. You will find notes on Bhagavad Gita as Master Gita, Master Life. Upanishads, Bhashyam is there, which is Shankara Bhashyam. Very, very beautiful commentary of Shankaracharya, which when you study them, your understanding of this Atma becomes more and more deep. And lastly, of course, Brahma Sutras notes are available. So the Vedanta students.com has got all these notes. And if you write to us, we will send you a complete set of class videos. I have taken classes on most of these texts, and this is probably the fourth or fifth time I'm taking Tattvabodha. And you will find previous class notes on Tattvabodha also available, videos also available. If you write to us, we'll send you if you have not received it already before. There are many students who have been students in the past also. You may have received it, but if you need it, please write to us and we will send you complete class notes, class videos, and class chantings. Now, in order to study and understand the three texts, there are two preliminary texts. The first text is called Tattvabodha. The second text is called Atma Bodha. Now, like any science, whenever you try to uncode and study a science, you should know what are the technical terms which are used in the science. You study any text, biology, physics, you should know what is velocity. You should know so many things, so many terms, technical terms. So what we will study in Tattvabodha is a broad framework of how I can approach the entire spiritual study. As soon as you see the introduction portion itself within one or two sessions, you will get a broad picture of the entire spiritual study, which will happen in Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Brahma Sutra. If you're still interested after Tattvabodha, then you can graduate to Atma Bodha. First Tattvabodha. If you feel that you are interested to learn a little bit more deeper, go to Atma Bodha. Suppose you say, no, after Atmavada also I want to learn. If your curiosity is there, if your seeking is there in your own intellect, because not everybody has this virtue in them. Very, very few are interested to know and come into the spiritual study. One in a million comes into this study, and very few continue. See, many people are first time when they listen about all these classes, they are very eager to join. But as you go across, you'll find that the interest comes down. They have got so many attractions today in life. Time available for this type of study is not there generally. But very few people are able to study. And the study, if it is done systematically, consistently, then Veda says, surely you will have the result. It is a promise of Veda. Moksha is assured for you. Moksha means what? I don't feel limited anymore. I don't have any sorrow in life. I am tripti. I am contented in life. This sort of a feeling will start coming to you as you learn deeper and deeper. This study is a very deep study, especially when you come and study Bhashyams, Shankaracharya's commentaries, you will find that the study becomes very intense, very, very deep, and it teaches you how you can use your mind to go deeper into something which you have never gone. It is not a PhD in objective science, but it is a PhD in subjective science. When you come to Upanishads study after Bhagavad Gita, you will feel there is something which I lack. If I know that, I know I would have fulfilled my life. You will definitely enjoy life. You see, it's not that after Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads you will stop your normal activities. Your grihastha life there can still continue. Only thing is, you will feel a bubbling joy which you can't explain. That is the Atma Ananda. Tattva means reality. Tattva means Atma Jnanam. Bodha means Jnanam. Tattva means reality or Atma. What is the true nature of this universe? What is my nature? Am I this body? Am I this mind which is full of thoughts every day? Or is there something different than the body and mind? That knowledge is called as Bodha. Tattva Bodha. Knowledge of reality. What is real in life is this Atma. It is self knowledge. It is something to know about my own intrinsic nature. Externally, we know I am this body, I have a beautiful intellect, I can chant, I can do so many things, I can think, I can talk. But is this my real self? Or is this what the Veda tells me to discover, Atma? Is that the real self or this body, mind, the real self? That is what is the question. That is the quest which puts the seeker on the path of spiritual journey. It's a long path, it's a time consuming path, but it is a very rewarding path. What are the benefits which we get? Jijnasa nivarti. Jijnasa nivarti means it's a natural curiosity to know who I am. What is this world? This world is so full of variety and novelty. So many beautiful things are happening in this world. But at the same time, there is also a dark side to the world. Everything is limited in time. Everything is limited in time. There is nothing which is beyond time. Veda says there is Atma which is beyond time. Atma never is affected by time. That Atma you discover. When did the creation start? How did it start? Who created this world? All these questions which are there in our mind. Is there a creator? Is there God? Where is he? What is life? What is death? These are the questions which are asked by a seeker in the path of spiritual study. Jignasa means curiosity. Curiosity about three things: Jivaha, Jagat, and Ishvara. Who am I? Am I a free individual or am I a bonded individual in this body? Is my life governed by external forces? Is there a prarabdha karma for the body and mind? Or is the prarabdha karma for the jiva, the atma in this body? So this self-knowledge means Atma Jnana. Atma Jnanam will quench the intellectual curiosity, all the questions which you have, you will be able to clear them slowly. A study of Atma Bodha, study of the broad structure of the world, when you study in Tattvabodha, you will get answers to some of the questions. The second benefit is, the first benefit is what? The first benefit is your curiosity gets quenched. Jignasa nivritti. Jignasa nivritti means curiosity is quenched, intellectual curiosity. The second is vidya ananda prapti. Vidya ananda prapti means what? When I have this knowledge, the Veda says it will give you joy. How is it possible? Normally, when I when I use my sense organs with the world, I get joy. Veda says there are two types of joy: relative joy and absolute joy. Relative joy is through the sense organs. I eat good food, good dishes. I'm very happy for half an hour, so a few minutes. But later on, again, I'm a wanting person again. So relative happiness belongs to the sense organs interacting sense with the sense object. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Bhagavad Gita says that whenever there is a sense organs interacting with the sense objects, there is a there's joy which comes up in the mind. But it is limited. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. Bhagavad Gita says, yes, relative joy is there, but it is limited. But what about the joy born out of the Atma Jnanam, which is so unique, which is wonderful? My view about myself is no longer limited. It is limitless joy because that Atma is there in all of us. I am never satisfied with whatever image I have about myself today. Never. You ask anybody. Because your image about yourself is about either your mind or your intellect or your body. Veda says all these three are relative. You have to look for an image which is nityaha. Nityaha means what? Eternal, which is what all of us want. I want to eternally be available in this world. I don't like a short life. I want a long life. Long life means what? Eternal, immortal. I want to be Shuddha, pure. I want to be free, Buddha, Asangaha. I don't want to be related all the time. I want to be detached from the world so that I can enjoy the world. So this Swarupam is something which I want. It's an image which I want. Every time when you look at the world and you feel the sense of inadequacy or limitation, you always think that, oh, this joy is there only for a short time. I wish I can extend this joy. So the second one is Veda says vidya ananda is the second benefit when you study the scriptures. And what vidya? Vidya means knowledge. What vidya? Atma vidya. Why is Atma Jnana? Because the Atma is limitless. It is beyond time. Veda will teach you that. It will not only describe Atma, it will also tell you what is the means of understanding you as Atma. So Vidya Ananda Prapti, second benefit. Karpanya Nivrti is the third benefit. This Vidya is always available. Atma Vidya, it is beyond time. That means it is never affected by time. Everything else is affected. Body is affected, mind is affected. But the moment I know I am Atma, I am not a part of this body. I am something which is beyond this body. I exist all the time. I am, body may be sick, mind may be turbulent, but I am not body or mind. Body, mind, experiences I can have. I'm having every day. But instead of saying I am angry, I learn to say I am Atma. Body, mind, conditions vary, but I am not the condition of the body or mind. I am the experiencer consciousness. I am the awareness principle. I am the something different than the matter. Body and mind is matter. So this Karpanya Nivritti means what? Karpanya means it is not a limitation of knowledge or joy, but what I really want is limitless vidya ananda, which gives me the freedom from desperation and helplessness. This is what Arjuna felt in the battlefield. He felt desperate because he had to fight in the middle of the battlefield, and he felt helpless because he didn't know what will be the end of this battle. That is what is called as Karpanya dosha. Karpanya dosha means a feeling of desperation in life. Many of us, there are undesirable situations in all our life. Whenever there are unpredictable situations which come in our life, whether it could be in our own family or in our office or in our society, whenever there is desperation and helplessness, it is called as karpanya dosha. Now that to get rid of it, you need Atma Jnanam. This is the third benefit of the spiritual study. Agata Nivarti means what? Agata Nivarti means there are physical conditions which I don't know what could be the remedy. Life's experiences is always not a bed of roses. It is not always smooth sailing. There are many situations which are uncontrollable, choiceless situations. In those situations, where do I find? I can either go and pray to God or the Shastra understand your real nature as Atma, and reduce the impact of those events in life. Situations will impact me, but if I can strengthen my mind through the study of Shastras, I will be able to face the world. That is what is called as Agatha Nivarti. Aparihartha situation. Aparihartha means choiceless situations are there in life. I mean, like cars have got shock absorbers, if my mind has got Atma Vidya is a shock absorber for the life situations. Many challenging situations can come, and Veda teaches me that I have got two personalities, Karta and Bhokta. I am a Karta, doer of actions. I am a receiver of the results of my actions. Bhokta means I'm enjoying the results of my actions. Now, in both this, there is always uncertainty. And I don't want situations to disturb me. Therefore, the best source for me is to understand my real nature. My real nature is Atma, that is never affected by anything in life. Neither birth, neither death, na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Bhagavad Gita says in the second chapter, 20th verse, don't worry, Arjuna, you are not this body, you are Atma. Same Atma we are going to study in Tattvabodha. When I come to the source of knowledge, the original source is Veda. And then there are Smriti Granthas, which are Shruti. There are two technical terms, one called Shruti. Shruti means original text, and that is discovered by rishis in their meditation. They heard it and then they wrote it. They spoke about it. Somebody else transcribed. So that is called as Shruti. Shruti means heard. So Upanishads are generally said they are Shruti Vakyam. Smriti means Bhagavad Gita. Like Veda Vyasa has written Bhagavad Gita, Manusmriti is available, and so on. So there are original texts which are which are the primary source, and then there are secondary texts like Itihasa, Mahabharata. Then you have got Puranas written by Veda Vyasa, Brahma Sutra. It's also a Smriti Grantha. So, Shruti, Smriti, and Sutra, these are the three pillars of spiritual science in India. And that is the Vedas. The Veda basically comes out in the form of Shruti means Upanishads, Smriti means Bhagavad Gita, Sutra means Brahma Sutra. And they are the original source of self knowledge. Prakaranam means it is a method of teaching. Different acharyas like Shankaracharya, Sureshwaracharya, uh, different teachers in the past and in the present, they have got a methodology of teaching. So when they teach, there is something called as paribhasha. Paribhasha means technical terms. So our success depends on our effort. Our success depends on Ishvara Anugraha. Ishvara Anugraha, it means what? I should study this text and the other future texts without any disturbance in life. In order to control the external factors, we offer always prayers. Many people don't know what is this prayer for. Prayer in a temple or to God can be a daily activity. It will help me to ward off something which I have, which is invisible to me. Because all of us are bombarded with our life's situations. Veda calls it prarabdha karma. It is a result of actions of your previous actions. All our daily activities, we are generally, we feel that I am doing this action today and I will get my result today or tomorrow or after 5 years. Veda says the result of what you experience in life does not depend only on the actions in this life, but it is a result of actions of many, many lives before. And the contribution of devatas to help us go through the life results in prayers. We pray to the Lord, oh Lord. It can be a 2 minute prayer every day. When you wake up in the morning, a 2 minute prayer can be said in your bed itself. So, a prayer will help us to ward off sorrow in life. It will reduce the impact. That's all which will happen. The prayers have got, the devatas have got a, a power to shower us with blessings so that we feel that the life which we are going through is a smooth life. Our life will bring challenges, but with the help of prayer, we are able to wade through the life. And another important thing is Guru. Gu stands for darkness, Ru stands for light. A local light will remove darkness outside. Suppose you have darkness in your room, you put on the light and you will see that your darkness in the room goes away. What happens to the darkness, internal darkness? Internal darkness means you have ignorance about yourself. That darkness, I don't know. You can ask anybody in life. Do you really know who you are? 99.9% will say, yes, I know, of course. I'm born, I'm this, I'm that, but these are all external features. Who are you intrinsically? Before the birth of the body, after the death of the body, who are you? If you say, I am the Atma which never dies, which is eternal, which is immortal, you have got Atma Jnanam. That Atma Jnanam you can never get on your own. You have to go to a guru to study the scriptures. Guru also cannot do anything by himself. It is not what he is going to tell you. It is, he will refer to the text, he will refer to the Shruti Smriti Granthas. So one who removes this self ignorance is called as Guru. And what does he do? He lights a lamp of wisdom, knowledge. Bhagavad Gita says that through the study of Bhagavad Gita, your light of knowledge, Bhagavad Gita will light up Atma Jnanam in your own heart. It's something which is lit up when you study the scriptures. It is the third eye which we talk about. The two eyes are all fleshy eyes that can see the world. But there is a third eye of wisdom which comes only when you study the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. So this is a short introduction as to what we have, what goals are there in human life, how I feel limited in life, what is it by what is it by the study of which I can feel I am muktaha, I am free, and that is Atma Jnana. Limitations in life are there for all of us. But how to come out of it, you will know only through the study of the scriptures. Now, I'm going to give you a broad summary of Tattvabodha. See, Tattvabodha has got 38 verses. I'm going to divide that into 5 topics. So when you study this chart, you will understand what am I going to study? It may last 8 or 10 sessions. I don't know. It depends. I'm going to take an intensive study this time on Tattvabodha. So uh, it may take a longer time, but it doesn't matter. You see, as you study this, you will find that you are benefiting something. And if your curiosity keeps on growing to know more about all these things, that means you are on the right path. What are the 5 topics, 5 portions of Tattvabodha? Number 1, Sadhana Chatushtayam. Whenever you are embarking on a journey, suppose you want to go and study in USA or UK, they will tell you, do you have the qualifications to come here? Have you passed your GMAT exam, TOEFL exam? So similarly, when you come to Atma Vidya, there are 4 qualifications, and those 4 qualifications are called as Sadhana Chatushtayam. Disciplines, 4 disciplines. We will know as when we study from verses 1 to 7, we will know what are those 4 disciplines required for entering the Atma Vidya. Second topic, Vyashti Vichara. Vyashti means individual. Veda says this universe consists of 2 things. One is an individual, the second is total. The total is called as Ishvara, Lord, which controls the individual. Vyashti is the individual, microcosm, and Samashti means it is the totality which controls the entire universe. For example, our body is made up of 5 elements, Panchabhutas. But there must be some controller for the 5 elements. Who's putting together these bodies together in our womb, in the mother's womb? How does the baby go in and there must be some controller who's putting together all the components of the body. And then the human body is born or any other body. So, Vyashti Vichara means it is an analysis of the individual microcosm. Who am I? What are the components of my 3 sharirams? That means my gross body, subtle body, causal body. That is all discussed from verse number 8 to 16. So, first 7 verses, qualifications. Vyashti is for from 8 to 16. The third topic is Samashti. If I know Vyashti, then I have to know what is the totality. Samashti means what? Who is the Lord? Who is controlling all these 3 bodies? That Lord is Samashti, universal. It is totality of all the minds put together. See, if my mind is working today, there must be some controller, Hiranyagarbha, the total Sukshma body controller must be there. My body is controlled by the panchabhutas of the external world. So that is called as samashti vichara. 17 to 26. Fourth topic. This is a very important topic. Aikya vichara. Aikya vichara means, is there some common thing between samashti and vyashti? Is there anything common? Normally we see my knowledge is limited. Ishvara is unlimited knowledge, omniscient, omnipotent. He is great power. My body has got very limited power of doing things, of learning things. My memory, you don't even ask me. So, this is not common, but there is something common. And that common element is called as Atma. It is called as the self. The self in the individual, which is called as Jivatma, Jiva's Atma, and the self in Ishvara, in the entire universe, the total body of the universe also has a self. It is called as Param Atma. It is absolute nature of Atma, totality, limitless Atma. That Atma which is beyond beyond the limiting factors, there is something limitless in both me and the Lord. In me means what? In this shariram, there is a consciousness, there is awareness, there is an existence. That aspect is there in the Lord also. So Aikya means there is oneness between the individual and the total. That discussion is done from 27th verse to 34th verse. Very beautiful section. This type of discussion you will never get anywhere except in the Veda. And once you know this truth through Mahavakyam, Mahavakyam says the self in the individual, the self in the total is one Eka Atma. Discovering that Eka Atma is called as Moksha. Through the study, no, nothing else. There is no mysticism involved. It is a systematic study of Tattvabodha. By the time you end the study of Tattvabodha itself, you'll say, oh my God, I have learned so much about Veda. That is the fourth topic. The last topic is Aikya Jnana Phala. Aikya Jnana Phala means this oneness which I have discovered now as the world. There is a world. There is individuals. Jivas are there. There is Jagat, material world, and there is controller, creator of this matter world. And I know there is a common thing which links all three, and that is called as Atma. Without Atma, there is no world. Atma exists, and then the world exists. Atma is independently there. How is it possible? Is there something like this? You are telling me something which is there without the body, mind, and the world. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you that because I have the strength of the Veda. Veda says there is something which you can't see. Your sense organs can't see. Your mind can never understand. There are no words to describe that. But it exists. What reveals that existence? What reveals that vastu? It is the Veda. It is the Upanishadic mantras. When you study these mantras, your mind will become very subtle. Today it's a gross mind. But once your mind learns Like you climb Mount Everest, you have 4 or 5 places where you stop at 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet, 15,000 feet. You gradually acclimatize your body to reach the top. Similarly, a guru will help you, the Veda will help you, Upanishads will help you to make your gross mind into a subtle mind which is sattvic in nature, pure in nature, will understand this pure Vastu, which is called as Satchit Ananda Atma, which is self-existent, which exists by itself. By knowing that Vastu, I become immortal. By knowing that, and only through knowledge, because that Vastu called as Atma, which is Tattvam, which is the Jnanam given in the Vedas, the benefit of knowing that is given in verses 35 to 30. Okay, so these are the 5 topics. This is the essence not only in Tattvabodha, it is the essence in all the Upanishads, it is the essence of Bhagavad Gita also. When you study the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, it is the individual, Tvam Pada, Vachyartha. The next 6 chapter from 7 to 12 is Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha means it is Samashti Vichara, the creator. And then from 13th chapter to the 18th chapter is Aikya Vichara, which is oneness between the self in the individual and the self in the total. The 13th to 18th chapter, it starts from Kshetraknya, Kshetraknyam chapi mam vidhi. In all these Kshetrams, there is one common seer, consciousness. That is Aikya Vichara. So Tatpada, Twampada, first 6 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. Tatpada, the second 6 chapters. And the last 6 chapter is Aikya. So together all the 3 portions makes Bhagavad Gita. There are 5 portions mentioned in Tattvabodha. When you study Upanishads also when you study each Upanishads, you will find Vyashti is there, creation is there, and then ultimately Mahavakyam is there, which is oneness. So this is how the uh, the study happens in Tattvabodha, Bhagavad Gita, and Upanishads. Now, I will try to give you a broad view before we go into the actual study of each verses. I will give you a broad picture, which is like an introduction to Tattvabodha before we go into actual verse by verse meaning and chanting. I will probably cover a little bit today and probably next week I'll complete this, but just give you a broad. So that you see, when you enter a text, this is the way I always develop the text. I give you a broad summary first, then go into the depth of each chapter. Whether you study Upanishads with me or whether you study Bhagavad Gita, you will find in my notes always some summary first so that you get an idea and then you go into the details. Sadhana Chatushtaya is the first topic. It consists of 4 areas, 4 qualifications: Viveka, Vairagyam, Ichha, and Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Viveka means it is a qualification. knowledge between what is real in the world and what is unreal in the world. What is real is always there, permanently there, nitya vastu, which is only thing in the world which is nityam is atma. According to Vedic view of life, there is only one nitya vastu, one eternally existing substance, which is there, which is called as Atma. And what about the world which I experience? The world is there, but it is ephemeral. Ephemeral means it is there and then it goes away. See, this is the view. This view I should get when I study the scriptures. Ultimately, Veda will tell you you are Atma. But before you come to the final picture, I am the only Nitya Vastu in this universe. Before you come to that, there are many, several steps. And one of the main steps you should note is whatever is my experiences in life, good or bad or mixed, it is continuously changing. Anything which is continuously changing, the Veda has got one technical word, and that is mithya. Mithya means I can experience. It is available for experience, but factually it is not there. Factually. How do you say that? Let us say, take an example of dream. Dream is experienced. All of us experience dream, but factually is it there? No, it's not there. The moment I wake up, it's no longer there. I know that it is just a experience. Similarly, when you wake up to Atma Jnanam or Turiya Jnanam, Veda says you have the same type of feeling. Oh, all the waking experiences, it is there. No doubt it is there. But it is always ephemeral. It is impermanent. There is no use me trying to look for security in an impermanent world. I must know what is real, which will always exist, which is Atma, pure nature of the world or pure nature of the individual is Atma, pure existence, pure nature, without any Upadi. Upadi means without any body, mind, world, all these attributes which I see, they are all anatma. So Atma, anatma. Atma means consciousness. Atma means awareness, pure self. Anatma means not Atma. Anything which is not Atma, anything which is not pure, which is not coming under, which is, see, everything else is bound by time. Your waking state is bound by time. Dream state is bound by time. Sleep state is bound by time. So waking, dream, sleep, all the three put together is called as an Atma. And what is Atma? Atma is Turiyam. It is pure. It is not mixed up with these three states of consciousness. It is pure nature. And knowing this nature, I know there is something called as real. This discrimination between unreal waking dream and sleep and the real, which is the Atma, which is called as pure Sat. Pure Sat means pure Satyam. It is always there. So that is about discrimination. Second quality is discussion. Whenever I want to learn about Atma, Veda says you should be able to drop everything in life. Very simple. Drop mentally. not physically. They are not talking about physical renunciation here. Veda says mentally you learn to drop. Mentally try to drop your identification as the body, as the mind, but learn to hold on to this Atma. So don't have false expectations in life. Don't say that this house will give me security. This money will give me security. Yes, relatively, yes. But will it give you security from death? No. What will give you security from death? Atma Jnana, by which you know death cannot affect me. There is no fear for me because I have discovered this Atma in my own nature, as my own nature. It is not something which I will get after death. It is now, here and now. That is what is called as dispassion, vairagyam. In Kathopanishad, an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy, Nachiketa, he says to the teacher, Lord of Death is the teacher in Kathopanishad. He says, I don't want anything in the world. I want Atma Jnana. That is what is called, it's a perfect example of vairagya. Then mumukshutva. Mumukshutvam means desire, ichha. I have a desire to know this Atma. That is a qualification. Veda says you must have that desire. But to have that desire, you should know what is this Atma. That is why the study of Atma Bodha, which we do after Tattvabodha, is extremely important. The last discipline is a mixture of 5 sub-disciplines. It is called Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. All of us, to prepare and discover this Atma, we require healthy organs. We require the strength, physical strength, emotional strength, intellectual strength. We need focus. We need faith. And we need harmony in our personality. Body and mind should work in unison. Body will say, I want to sleep. Mind will say, I must go to class. It's an important class of Tattvabodha. So body and mind should work together. That is what is called as Sadhana Chatushtaya. We'll discuss that more in detail when we study the actual topic. So if you have faith in these 4 qualifications, Shankaracharya says you can go to the study of Bhagavad Gita and then learn more. So that was topic number 1. Topic number 2 is Vyashti Vichara. You see, now I'm following the same what I told you in the beginning, 5 topics. Qualifications over. Second is analysis of the individual, microcosm. Tattva viveka kaha atma satyam tad anyat sarvam mityeti. What is the truth? Atma is real. Everything else is unreal. What is the nature of Atma? Satchidananda Swarupam. We will have very big discussion on this topic. I'm just giving you a broad introduction to the entry into Tattvabodha. So every individual is made up of 2 parts. One is visible, another is invisible. Visible part, everybody knows. Like you see a fan, it is moving. So body is also acting, seeing, hearing. That visibly we can see. But there is something invisible in the body which makes the fan move. It makes the body move. That electricity electricity in the fan is comparable to this Atma in this body. Without Atma, your mind cannot work, your body, physical functions cannot work, your sense organs cannot work. That is the nature of Atma. It is light of consciousness. This light, the electricity makes the fan rotate. Atma makes the bodies, it invigorates the body to act and to know the world. Anatma is body, mind. Both of them are made up of panchabhutas, five elements. What about Atma then? Atma is the spiritual content. It is not the material, it is non material. And that spiritual content is consciousness, it is existence. I will explain to you all those words when we go to it. And it is pure bliss, ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. What about the body and the world? Body and the world together is called as anatma. Anatma means material. Anatma means five elements. The body is made up of five elements: earth, water, fire. All of you know that. So, five elements, we'll study that. So, it's a five-fold kosha. Kosha means it is a covering. Shariratrayam and Panchakosha. These are technical words used in Tattvabodha. It comes in all the Upanishads also. Shariratrayam means it is gross body, subtle body, causal. Five koshas means it is the anatomical part, Annamaya kosha, physiological part, which is the pranamaya, emotional personality, which is the manomaya, rational thinking facility, the personality, which is the um, intellectual kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, and the last one is hidden. It is anandamaya kosha. And beyond these five layers of personality is our real personality, which is called as consciousness, which is called as pure Atma, in which there is nothing else except consciousness, except Atma. There is nothing else. This is why it is bliss. It is untouched by the world, untouched by the material world. That Atma is the main subject matter of the study of Tattvabodha. And it is the study of Bhagavad Gita. It is the study of Upanishads. If you know that this is the path, then when you study Bhagavad Gita, you will, when you study the first six chapters, you will know it is the individual. Next six chapters, you'll know, okay, this is the Ishvara. But these are not the real topics. The last one, which says what is behind the individual and the total, that is what is Atma. That is what is called as the reality. And how does Veda describe this reality? You are telling me reality, reality, it is immortal, but tell me a little bit more. There are five features of this Atma. It is not a part of the body. So I can drop the body. I can say in my meditation, I can say, I don't want, I'm not this body. It is not the property of the body. It is not the product of the body or mind. But what is this for Atma then? It is an independent principle. It can exist independently. But how do you say it exists? Have you seen it? No, no, no. Veda tells me it is there. But how can I believe the Veda? Veda says all of you are experiencing this consciousness every day, this Atma every day. Tell me when and where. In your sleep state, Are you experiencing yourself or not? Of course, I'm there. But are you the material body? Are you the spiritual Atma? That is the inquiry which I have to make. Veda says all of us in our sleep state, we are this pure consciousness, pure existence principle, which is untouched by the world, untouched by the material world. Knowing that Atma, I become free. I am limitless in my sleep state. I am not attached to anything which is belonging to this world, which is anatma. So this consciousness is independent of the material body. It extends beyond the body. It is not limited by time. It is not limited by space. It is not limited by any object in creation. But what happens when the body falls? Body might fall, but consciousness, Atma, survives. It is immortal. Immortal means what? Never affected by time. Time will affect material things in the world. Your morning will come, you will be acting in the world. Afternoon, evening comes, you go to sleep. Material in nature, body is material nature. Time will affect body, mind, not Atma. But when the surviving, you say that the body, there is something which survives death of the body. Yes, that is Atma. But that Atma cannot contact the world because there is no medium through which it can interact with the world. Because body is dropped, Sukshma Shariram is traveling. What really is there is this Atma alone exists by itself, independently. And that revelation comes from the Veda. It comes in Tattvabodha. When you study Tattvam, that is what is Tattvam. So expressions of electric energy can be felt through a radio when you hear the sound. It can be felt in a fan when it rotates, or a mic when it amplifies the voice. Similarly, Atma is one in all of us. There is only one Ek Atma. Knowing this Ek Atma, which is the central hub in a wheel. The wheel is rotating, the spokes are there. But the hub is what makes everything, the wheel rotate. Similarly, the hub of our life is Atma. Chit means it is non-material consciousness. Sat means it is eternal consciousness. And Ananda means it is Purnam consciousness. It is ever fulfilled. I told you that we are always unfulfilled because we are attached to the body as I, mind as I. How can I be attached to the body and mind and say I am fulfilled in life? As long as you say I am this Atma, as long as you say I am this body or mind, you can never be fulfilled. You will always have a life of limitations. Veda wants you to come out of these limitations, which are instruments for the people. The consciousness reflected in this body is the jiva. That reflected consciousness identifies with the body mind and then it does transactions. The same reflected consciousness, the consciousness in this body, it learns that this reflection is mithya. It is not satyam. Satyam is beyond time. It is beyond all limitations. That is what is called as moksha. There are a lot of things in these notes. If you understand what I have said, you can run through these notes yourself. I'm not going through every line. I'm giving you a broad description of what the topics are. With this, I will stop today. Next week, we will start with the third topic, Samashti Vichara, which is page number 28. I will stop here because the time is up for today. After we do this general summary, we will go into the verse-wise meanings of 38 verses in Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha is an extremely important text, not only for beginners, it is also a text, a good revision for people who have done Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra. It's a good revision. Acharyas who have done these type of teaching, they have told us, go back to Tattvabodha and understand the world again. Because knowing this broad way of what the world consists of helps me to remind myself I am the Atma, everything else is ananda. This is the central lesson I have learned today. I am Atma, everything else which I experience is called as ananda. Body is experienced, anatma. Mind is experienced, anatma. World is experienced, anatma. I am the experiencer consciousness. Okay. So with this, I'll close today's talk. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevapasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, in case you have any questions, you can ask them or you can put them in the chat. These sessions are being recorded, so you will have access to them through a video. Uh, we will circulate the class videos and the class notes. I'm sure all of you might have received it. If you have not received class notes by WhatsApp, you can contact us. You have the Vedanta students' Gmail address with you. So you're free to call us. I mean, contact us. The general process is that we will take up study first of the notes, and then we will have a discussion. You may ask questions on anything in general. Uh, so, do you have anybody has a question at the moment? Because I don't see any questions on the chat box. Uh, you feel free to comment on today's talk also, because then I can modify my talk if you feel that you have not understood. If you feel that there is something uh, which can be improved, you can let us know also. Shanta, go ahead.
Namaste, Shikhaji. It was a wonderful revision, and it was nice to go through the, Chatushtaya sadhana, that section. I missed a little bit on these the pillars of spiritual study. The Shruti, Smriti, Sutra, and Upanishad. Is it possible to just get that slide 17 up so that I can just have a little, and then
Yeah, I'll
explain that
explain
a
to
little
you.
bit?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll explain to you. It'll be easier if I explain to you instead of putting up the slide again. See, there are three sources of knowledge. One is called as Shruti, another is called as Smriti, and then there are others. Now, Shruti primarily means Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita is called as Smriti. Shruti means it is heard by the rishis in their meditation. All the 10 Upanishads, 108 Upanishads are Shruti Vakyam. Shruti means heard. What is heard?
Heard.
Smriti means I have heard something, but now I'm writing it out of my memory.
Mm.
That
Mr.
writing, for
Vyasa did.
example, Veda Vyasa has written
Mm.
Bhagavad Gita, he has written Brahma Sutra. So it is called as Smriti Grantha.
Mm.
So Shruti means what is heard, and that is
And
the
then recreated, you can say.
yeah, that is what is the it is heard by, see, for example, suppose you and I are
Mm.
able to purify our mind. See, today
Mm.
our mind is gross. I
Mm.
want to make my mind subtler and subtler and subtler. How do I
Mm.
make it subtler?
Mm.
I make it subtler by number one, meditation, Vedantic meditation. Because Vedantic meditation helps you to disrobe the mind. When I say pure, it means a mind which is not preoccupied. Many of our minds, most of our minds are preoccupied. Morning, I get up, my mind is giving me a list of things to do for the day, planning this, that. So many things are there. So it is called as preoccupied. A preoccupied mind is called gross mind. It will never have time to study, it will never have time to contemplate. So a free mind, a pure mind, a gross mind becomes pure mind by study of scriptures, or it also becomes pure by chantings. For example, you take a mantra and let it rotate in your mind. Om Namah Shivaya. This is one line. When you chant that mantra, maybe 10 times, 20 times, say 5 minutes, your mind will get the habit of chanting. Not easy, but it is possible. So, Shruti is something which people hear in their meditation, and then they have written it, and most of the Upanishads are Shruti Vakyams.
Yeah.
And it is not written by, it is not, there is no human source for this. It
Mm.
is Apaurusheya
Yeah. The
Pramana.
vibration, the what was heard by the Rishi
Yeah,
Munis,
it
as
is
they
heard.
say. Yeah.
You see,
Mm.
what they say in the Veda is Atma is revealed to us
Mm.
from some external source who has been the creator of this entire universe and who
Mm.
existed before the universe was born.
Mm. Mm.
This is how they say Upanishads can teach us
Mm.
what is creation, what existed before creation, what will exist after this creation is gone.
Mm.
That is something which is suprasensual. It is not within the human mind. Any human mind can never know its own creator. Okay, so that comes from a pure mind which can listen to the secrets of this universe. So Shruti is Upanishad mantras. Smriti is Bhagavad
Bhagavad
Gita.
Gita. Then
Now,
Sutra.
under Smriti, you can have many other things also.
Mm.
Like you can also have
Ramayana, all
Itihasa
these.
or
Yeah. It is
Puranas.
Ramayana. Yeah.
Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, 18 Puranas are there, many. And then Manu Smriti is there, Yajnavalkya Smriti
Mm.
is there. So many different. Smriti means anything which has been documented by a human mind. And both these are sources for what?
Mm.
Atma, knowledge of Atma. The real source is Upanishads. There is no doubt, even Bhagavad Gita is borrowing all the ideas from Upanishads.
Upanishads.
It is the essence. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishad. But the real story of creation, the real story of man, you will come to know only in the Upanishads.
Mm. That is Shruti.
That is the real study. And it requires patience, it requires preparation to study the Upanishads.
Mm.
Many of you who are attending the sessions today, I can see the names. They are all have been attending before, and many of you have also joined new. What I would like to say is to the newcomers who have come into this study, keep this consistent. Don't attend one session and then miss four sessions and then come back again of the sixth session. You will miss quite a lot of things. Suppose you miss something, you just try to listen to the recordings, because we will circulate the class talks on WhatsApp and also on email. If you're not getting it, if you write to us, we'll send it to you. We'll share it with you. But
Shekharji,
yeah,
the four pillars, I don't know whether it is only three pillars or four pillars, because Shruti, Smriti, and Brahma Sutra. So is it three then? Because I don't know why I have
Itihasa
written
and
down as
Puranas.
what? Sorry,
Itihasa and Puranas
Purana.
are the
Oh, that is the
fourth
four.
pillar.
Okay. Itihasa and Puranas. Okay.
Good.
Dhanyavad. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else has a question? I think somebody had raised, Shama had raised her hand. Shama, did you want
Hello.
anything? Yeah.
Uh, no, Shekharji, I'm just so happy that you started this. And I just want to take the opportunity to extend a welcome to the new people who have joined, and to actually make a plea that what is most amazing, I really do welcome all the new students, and is to say that just one will probably not find anywhere else such a systematic way of presentation of a particular subject, you know. So this Vishaya, with the way he discusses it, it's just so good. So and I have done mistakes before, so really I'm just saying that as to how useful it will be, because we are overloaded, deluge of information there is currently which we can access. And so we start sort of distracted with, let's see this one, let's do this one and that one. But I think it's just so vital, because I have done this mistake and I finally decided, no, I'm going to stick with this very systematic study the way Shekharji explains it. So please don't, after one or two this thing, start looking elsewhere. Just stay with the group for some time. That was one point. The second point I wanted to make, which is very different about our Vedanta student group, which you are attending, is that one place where we really have, it's like a satsanga, a meeting of common minds, and we can actually have a very useful interactions. So like I learn a lot from questions which other people are putting. So it's a very good format, I think. And Shekharji is extremely kind and compassionate. He doesn't get upset. He doesn't get angry. I talk like a lot of rubbish, but Shekharji is extremely kind and happy to accept whatever questions are coming way. So this is just really to say a welcome and want to support everyone who is here. Thank you. That's all, Shekharji.
Yeah, thank you, Shama. Uh, it's good you gave us what we generally do. Uh, okay, there's an Ramakrishnan is asking Prasthana Bhashyam classes was happening till last week. Is that timing classes changed? No. See, basically there are two classes which are happening now. On Saturdays, it is a class for beginners. I've started today the first session, which is for Tattvabodha. As soon as we finish Tattvabodha, I'm going to do Atma Bodha. Now, this is generally meant for beginners, but also others can attend. I'm sure there will be some learnings for others also. Now, on Sundays, which is 1 hour later than our Saturday classes, we have Bhashyam. We have Mandukya Bhashyam, Mandukya Upanishad Bhashyam classes on Sundays at 7 o'clock Singapore time. If you are interested, you can always, in the community, you can just go ahead and click in the Mandukya Bhashyam and just say that you want to attend. We'll put you into that WhatsApp group for Mandukya Bhasha. Now, there are some people who have just begun, who are just learning for the first time. There are many people. I have got the complete list of more than 150 people who have approached for this study. Many of you have done Gita, have done Upanishads, have done for those people who feel that they would like to learn Shankaracharya's commentary on Upanishads. It is an advanced text. You can come and listen to the class maybe once, twice. If you feel you are interested in it and you can pick up, you are welcome. You can come, join, and then steadily grow. See, the human mind, what is the current state of that human mind? How much it has learned the scriptures in the past lives, and in what state it is today, nobody knows. So, if you have a desire, you can join that group, and let's see how this group, if you have, as you study this Tattvabodha itself, you will see some of you are interested. Some of you may say that this is something may not be for my, it may not be of interest, but there are many, many, many students around the whole world who are benefiting today from the website, who study, uh, basically who I know a lot of people who take notes from the website, who study, they do an independent study also, many, many of them, and they write to us and so on. Okay, so Manikandan, you have a question?
Thanks, Sikirji. To restart this Saturday session, it is even though we did the Prasanna Bhashyam, it is good for us to go to the fundamentals. Today, I have one question about the Moksha. Since we need to go through the knowledge of Atma, every student will have a different level. So the understanding of Atma also sometimes will differ from student to student, because still he is in the learning stage. So is moksha also is graded ananda, or we can reach to the ultimate? How we can identify that we reach to the ultimate you know moksha? Is there any
Okay,
indication that?
see, good question. It's a very deep question. See, what happens is the the Shruti, it doesn't grade moksha. Moksha is only one. Moksha is common for all. The moment you say I am Mukta Purusha, it is that I am free. Now, your freedom may be 100%, maybe 20%, maybe 5%, maybe 10%. Now, that freedom, actually speaking, it is ever free, it is without any obstacles. What happens to us when we study is my mind has got obstacles. My mind doesn't have faith in the Veda. My mind is extroverted. Now, an extroverted mind is not the right instrument for the Atma Jnana. I have to make that external mind go inwards. So there are obstacles in our mind, which is the serious problem for most of the seekers. Mind. Our mind, I said preoccupation of the mind. Is there something I can do to make the mind a little bit free? On a daily basis, can I spend 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes only thinking about or doing study of Atma Jnanam, any study? You take up any text and say, okay, every day I'm going to study half an hour. You can even take Tattvabodha as a text. You go through the notes, fine. You may not understand everything, but just run through the notes. Half an hour, 15 minutes a day. So that way, what happens is you are in control of your mind. Mind is not controlling you. 90%, 99% of people, mind is controlling us. That becomes an obstacle. Freedom is only one. Freedom, there is no gradation in freedom. Gradation is in the upadi, in the mind. What type of mind we bring for the study depends on what I can gather from the Upanishads. See, for example, you go to the sea, the bucket of the bucket which you the size of the bucket you carry will depend on what water you can bring back. Suppose you carry a big bucket, you can carry so many liters of water. So your mind is the bucket. You have to purify the mind and enter this Atma Jnanam. Atma Jnanam is only one. And it can, when it happens to you, that is why Shankaracharya, in most of the commentaries, he says, a clear jnanam of Atma alone is enough. But clarity comes only when you study systematically and also repeatedly. See, when you study something repeatedly, first time when you listen, it doesn't strike you. Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, it doesn't strike you because the subject matter is very deep. Atma is not external, it is internal. So the moment you study this Atma again and again through different texts in different formats, you have studied Tattvabodhas, I mean, you have studied Upanishads before, you studied Bhagavad Gita. In each of the texts, there are different methods which are used, and one of the methods will make you realize the complete nature of art. It will happen to every one of us who is a seeker in this field. You will always find there is one text. I don't know. It can be any text for different people. It can be different texts. Some people tell me Keno Upanishad is the best text. Some people tell me Mandukya is the best text. Some people tell me, Kathopanishad is something which is absolutely boggling. And some people tell me, forget about all the Upanishads, just study only Bhagavad Gita. I like Bhagavad Gita. I like the 13th chapter so much. In one chapter, in 5 verses, I can know the entire spiritual study. I am the seeker. I am the pure self. Okay, so Manikandan, I can go on and on, but time is short. So
Thank you, Sagarji. I think the basic thing what I understand is that we need to continuously purify our mind and
yes,
not attracted towards the external world, because
yes,
in day-to-day life our struggling thing is that we are getting affected by the situations or things in from the external world. So at that
yes.
time, how we focus our mind to uh, understand the reality and be with the reality is the challenging part
It is
that comes
challenging
as
in
you
the
move.
yes, it is challenging in the beginning, but as you keep on being in the path, suppose you remain in the path, you don't come out of the path, keep remaining in the path. What happens is your mind suddenly will say, yes, everything which the Upanishad is saying is true, and the mind gets the strength. You will find repeated study of scriptures helps the mind to get the strength to accept what the Upanishads are telling us. See, Upanishads have got one message: you are Atma. Now, I have to make an effort to understand what is this Atma? How do I try to compare Atma with this body? How do I say this mind is not me? I have to use the mind to say I am not the mind. I have to use the mind to say I am not the mind. I have to use the mind to say I am not the body. I have to use the same mind to say I am Atma. So mind is a useful instrument. I cannot negate it 100%. I have to make it listen to me and say, I am immortal Atma. That repetition of the truth again and again in my own mind. Sometimes it happens in the class, sometimes it happens in my own mananam. See, when my mind listens to these things, even when you're walking on the road or when you're taking a walk in the morning, your mind will start going into the direction of Atma. And then what happens? When that happens, that means your mananam has started. There are three processes involved: mananam, shravanam, mananam, nididhyasana. Shravanam means listening, first lesson. Second is mananam. Mananam means my own mind tries to absorb the truth which I have heard. What is the truth? Atma is nityaha. Atma is eternal. This idea I have to keep reminding myself. What is nityam? I always thought in this world everything is anityam. Anityam means it is only ephemeral. But Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita is telling me there is something nitya. And it tells me I am that nitya vastu. I means what? I am that Atma. That Atma which is nityam is pointed towards me. And that when I understand it as the truth for me, it is not for anybody else, my wife, my children, it will not affect them. But I alone will get affected with this type of study. Thank you, Manikandan.
Thank you, Secretary. Thank you.
Shekhaji,
Yeah.
sorry, can I ask you to just repeat because that was brilliant. You know, you said about the one of the phalam of doing this self-study, Atma Jnanam or Tattvabodha is, apart from the Atma Jnanam, you said something completely, I've never heard of this, Agatha Nivritti.
Agatha
That was
Nivritti.
very,
Yeah,
yeah.
Agatha Nivritti
So which
means,
is was wonderful because that's really in the psychology terms, it's emotional healing or healing from past traumas,
yeah,
trauma healing.
yeah,
Yeah. So which was brilliant. But can you just repeat all of them? There were 4 or 5 points in that, please.
yeah. You see, the different benefits which come
Hmm.
from Atma Jnana
Hmm.
the, are either at the emotional side, either at the intellectual side, or it
Hmm.
can be at the spiritual side. Now, at the intellectual side, what could be what could happen to me? I had ignorance about Atma. That ignorance is gone. Therefore, what happens? My mind becomes balanced. My mind becomes fit for the study of Atma Jnana. The
Hmm.
first one, I talked about 4 or 5 nivrittis. What happens
Yeah.
is the first nivritti is called as Jijnasa nivritti.
Hmm. Hmm.
Jijnasa nivritti means that my inquisitiveness, curiosity about knowing the world, that dies off with Atma Jnana.
Hmm.
So all curiosity, yeah, I want to learn. I want to know about this. I want to learn about this. I want to learn about this. I want to learn about this. How does this happen? How does this quenching happens? What the Veda teaches me is the entire world of knowledge which happens to me, it is ephemeral. It is coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. It is not permanent.
Hmm.
So today my mind will say that I must go for this. Tomorrow my mind will say I must go for something else. Another day my mind will go. This is what is called as jnana adhyasa. I
Hmm.
am Atma, but then I have got adhyasa of my mind and intellect, which is running in the world for so many things. That is called as jijnasa nivarti.
Hmm.
curiosity to know the world is gone. Because world is only an apparent existence. I, the Atma, which is pure by nature, consciousness, is Satyam. World is relative mithya. Number one is this jiknyasa nivritti. Second, vidya ananda praptihi. Vidya ananda means what? Normally, I am running into the world for different small excitements in the world with the help of my sense organs. But vidya, Atma Vidya, is not about the world. It is something beyond the world. Vidya Ananda Prapti means there is some Ananda of Atma, there is some happiness which is intrinsically in Atma, which is joy, which is untouched by the world. So, Shastra tells me that I can get this Vidya Ananda. That is the second benefit of this study. Third benefit. Third benefit is Karpanya. Karpanya means a feeling of limitations. I am limited person. I have only so much money in my life. There are so many people who have got billions of money. When will I become a billionaire? I'm now millionaire. I'm not satisfied. I can run 50 kilometers. I can walk for 1 hour, but I need to walk for 2 hours every day. I feel limited in body. I feel limited mind, limited intellectual. My knowledge, of
Coming out
course, is
of the miserable feeling. It's the
yeah,
miserable feeling, isn't
the miserable feeling. You see, you ask many people, see, they always will complain and complain and complain and complain. This is not good, that's not good, this is not good. It shows that they are having karpanyam in their mind. Their mind is very limited, narrow-mindedness. So this nivritti takes place. How does it take place? It takes place because of the knowledge of Atma. Atma doesn't have any limitation. Time does not limit Atma because it is beyond time. Atma is eternal. Everything in the world is time bound. So there is nivritti takes place because of karpanyam. Karpanyam means narrow-minded. Narrow-mindedness goes away. So the more you learn about this Atma, not only learn that there is Atma, you should say that I am that Atma. You don't have to tell the whole world. You only tell yourself. The scriptures are teaching me something about myself. And it is coming to me from the Lord. It is not coming to me by anybody else. I know I am just learning Gita, which says uh, that you are nityaha, sarvagataha, you are ever there. My mind always thinks, oh, what will happen to the world if I am not there? You know, that is a
it?
misconception in the intellectual level. That
This is what
misconception,
Arjuna says, isn't it? In this
yes,
seventh verse,
karpanya dosha. This
Karpanya
is,
dosha. That
yeah,
I feel so miserable. Yeah.
yes, I feel miserable. All of us are in the same boat like Arjuna. We are all Arjunas in life. We are not at all different than Arjuna in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. All of us are Arjunas in life because we feel limited in life. And by knowing this Atma Jnanam, Karpanya Nivritti takes place. Agatha Nirvati is insurance against psychological shocks. That is why I gave the example of shock absorber. Many times we come across emotional disturbances in life. Suddenly somebody bursts at us. But what keeps me going and being pleasant spite of so many emotional strains in life, it is this Atma Jnana. Atma Jnanam says you are untouched by the world. Asangaha. You are pure. Shuddha. Other people may be having problems in their mind and they are having outbursts and they are shouting and this and that. But I should not be affected. I am the pure Atma. And what is the nature of the Atma? Ekam eva advitiyam. I am always advitiyam. Advitiyam means in me there is nothing else. I am the pure self, which is what we are studying in Mandukya, the third chapter, Advitiyam. So that is Agatha Nivritti. The last one is Dakshata Prapti. Dakshata Prapti, I didn't talk about Dakshata Prapti today, but that is also one of the benefits. Dakshata means I get a balanced mind for my daily activities. See, many people they say, what is the use of all this jnanam if I don't have a balanced mind to conduct my transactional world? So, dakshata prapti means I get even mindedness. This is what in Bhagavad Gita it keeps on talking about it. Samatva buddhi. Samatva, equipoise. This is one of the major benefits of this study. So, 5 benefits. Number 1, jijnasa nivritti, curiosity for the world goes away. Second, vidya ananda prapti, joy of Atma ananda, which is permanent, different than the joys in the world which are relative. Third, karpanya nivritti means narrow-mindedness, mind will go away. Otherwise, I'm always looking at all narrow, small, petty things in the world. Once I get this knowledge of sarvagataha, I'm nityaha. Suppose I know I'm eternal. Why should I bother about what will happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow? This is called as nivritti. Nivritti means these are all eliminated for me because of Atma. So, Jijnasa, Vidyananda, Karpanya, Agatha, and Dakshata. So, 5 benefits for the study of Atma. You can test it for your own life. Do a test. You see, whatever we are learning in our sessions is not for just keeping in the books and you've heard it once. No. Apply this knowledge in your own life. Am I benefiting from this knowledge? And what knowledge? Always remember, I am learning about my real nature, which is Atma, which is eternal, which is immortal. Veda never says that you will not experience life. Experiences will go on. In spite of the experiences of life, I can still remain pure in nature, unaffected. Like, for example, as soon as you wake up, are you bothered about what all happened in the dream? No. So, similarly, you will wake up to your own spiritual nature, which is eternal. Your nature as the body and mind will become a lower nature the moment you stand as Atma. Standing on Atma, you will wake up to something which you have never woken up in your previous lives. It is a special waking up. It comes because of the study. It comes because the Upanishadic and Bhagavad Gita mantras.
Thank you, Shekharji. So there is 2 prapti and 3 nivrittis.
Correct. 2 prapti, Vidyananda prapti, Dakshata prapti, and there are 3 nivrittis. Nivrittis are Jijnasa, Karpanya, and Agatha. Agatha is uncontrollable situations, which is what you call in psychology as traumas,
Trauma healing is a very tough subject, and I can really say I have been affected. And with all the studies that I have been attending, I feel so, so good. I can say I've said goodbye.
Good. Goodbye to Agatha Nibhuti. That's it. Yes,
Yeah,
I agree with
thank
you.
you. Thank you so
And
much, Shekharji. Thank you.
yeah, just a side point. There are many people in the last 12 years or 15 years of my teaching who have come into my life with a lot of emotional problems. And I have only given them some lessons from the scriptures. They have also studied Bhagavad Gita and they have come back to me and said, I have gone through your Master Gita, Master Life, Bhagavad Gita program. I went through it and I feel truly blessed. And now I am a changed person. It is not me who has done it, but it is the scriptural. The scriptures can change your mind. A person who is affected by a lot of emotional problems, the best medicine is take the medicine of Bhagavad Gita. And my notes and my talks on that is fairly good, I would say. Just go through it systematically. You will find that you are, see, I'll tell you the trick of that. Normally, our mind has got a fever, jwara. Body having a fever, everybody knows. But mind also has a fever. Now, that fever makes me think of that topic again and again and again and again throughout my life. And people don't know how to get rid of this fever. Once if I my mind thinks of something, that is normal. But anujwara, jwara is normal. Anujwara means repeatedly thinking of the same issue again and again. How do I get rid of this? Many emotional disturbances are there. Somebody has got divorced, somebody has got problems at home, somebody has left, somebody can't find a partner, somebody can't, there are so many emotional problems. And for all of them, Bhagavad Gita is the best medicine because the mind dwells on Atma Jnana. And what happens when you study Bhagavad Gita is there is a concept of neighborization. Neighborization means you make your mind a neighbor to you. I am not the mind. I have developed a distance from my mind. This is what Sureshwaracharya, a direct disciple of Shankaracharya, in his works of Naishkarmya Siddhi, he uses the word neighborization of mind. Same thing happens when you say, I am not the mind. Mind is playing tricks. Mind is playing delusions. Mind is getting caught up in this entire universe with so many attachments and so many things. I am someone different than the mind. If this happens to you, you have got control over the situations, emotional situations.
So,
Thank
is
you.
it like treating my mind as my neighbor?
Yes. Yes. Treat your mind as a neighbor. It is there. It is my neighbor. It's not me. Till now, I've been thinking mind is me. Come on. Every day I've been thinking, oh,
I
neighbor.
love that. So, just give the neighbor only what you
Yeah,
decently treat a
it
neighbor like, but
distance.
you
Neighbor.
don't let the neighbor stay in your house.
Yeah, not only that. Neighbor has got problems. That is his problem. It's not my problem. Ne-
I
Neighbor has
really
got
love this one.
yeah, neighbor has got a problem with his dog. Why should I worry about his dog?
Perfect.
You
Perfect.
know,
This is
the
brilliant.
mind has got issues. Let us all understand that first. When we study Atma Jnanam, what is the Upanishad? What does the Bhagavad Gita teach me? There is something which is not the mind. There is something which is not the body. So the moment I keep repeating to myself and say, I'm the body, I'm the Atma, I'm ever free, I'm not the mind, mind will go through emotions because mind is a product of nature. It is panchabhutas. They are put together by Ishvara to fulfill my prarabdha karma. I will talk of prarabdha karma as the last topic after we finish in Tattvabodha. A big topic is going to come, prarabdha karma and the law of karma as a cycle. Anything in life you want to explain, use prarabdha karma as a theory. Anything you want to know about yourself, use Bhagavad Gita Atma Jnana, Upanishad Atma Jnana. Everything else with the Upanishad will talk to say, okay, that is not, it is not me, not me, not. I think I've taken a long time today. Shanta, you have another question, or is it something which you raised before?
No, not a question. I wanted to mention that I cannot agree enough. And those who are new here, my journey also started with sudden waking up as who am I? And I started learning Bhagavad Gita on my own. And and I was trying to learn by heart all the slokas of Bhagavad Gita. And I reached up to chapter 4. And then I got introduced to Shekharji's, website. And that gave a complete, it's not that I was disturbed or anything. I don't know, it was that question, who am I, drove me to Bhagavad Gita. And I can only assure those who have not done Bhagavad Gita, it's a text I absolutely love. I cannot stop reading and studying about again and again. It gives you answers to everything. And as Shekharji said, you don't need to go anywhere. It is something which I find has got answer to every problem even today. So it's not outdated text. We don't have to modify it. And that's the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. And I hope Shekharji will take that again as well. And we can have another
Okay,
revision on
I have
that.
a plan, but it's all left to how it
Yeah.
develops. I don't know. Let's see
Yeah. So that'll
how
be
it goes.
beautiful. Yeah.
As of now, my plan is to finish Tattvabodha first, and
Mhm.
then
Atma Bodha we can do.
depending on the interest shown by the seekers, if the interest is there, we'll do Atma Bodha, then we'll do Bhagavad Gita.
Mm. Okay.
Thank
Dhanyavad,
you,
Shekharji.
and namaste. We'll see
Yeah.
next week.
Thank you.
Continue our study.
Secretary, there is a comment in the chat box about the meditation.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Next week, can we end with meditation? Sugandhi Sekara. Okay. Uh, there's one request for meditation here. I want to know what do others feel about it, because if you want, but then it's a new group, and Sugandhi is a new person. Uh, what do others feel? Would you like to have a 5-10 minute meditation on?
Yes,
Uh,
I think that today I think many people left. Maybe next time we can do, sir. Actually,
Next class
yes.
on
not
weekend.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I just want to know from you. Would you like to have meditation along with these sessions at the end? Say, I will stop, but I will take the sessions for 1 hour 15 minutes,
Mm.
and then I will do meditation for 15 minutes
Mm.
or 10 minutes, and then we'll have Q&A. Is that okay?
Can,
Yeah.
That is what
Yes,
is my format in other sessions.
can
Yeah,
I
that'll be
ask
perfect. Yeah.
Shikharji, it would be nice if you can, you remember the very first introduction on the Vedanta meditation which you gave, which was, it'll be worth just going back to it, what it
Oh, my
is and what
notes
it
on
is not.
meditation.
Yeah,
Mm.
so either we can read it, you can suggest it, we can read it on our own and visit that, and you can continue as you want to.
I can
Or,
repeat that. I can repeat
but
that
that
first.
will be a very useful one because
Yeah.
it's all new people, and plus, of course, me as an older student, I would also love to hear it again.
Okay. Let me
Yep.
dig those notes and I will represent them next week. I will present that. Whoever is interested uh,
Okay.
can do that.
And if
Do
you
you
can
think
make the announcement as well. beforehand.
Do you think I should have a Q&A first and then go to meditation, or let's finish the meditation, have
Yes,
Q&A?
no, that's what I was going to say, because the Q&A answers quite a few questions, and then maybe we could actually, it's my loud thinking that certain things which we learn on the day, if we can go on the meditation of that would just, settle all the answers. I don't know whether everybody will agree, but we
So
can go
first
through the
have
things.
meditation and then have the Q&A. Is that what you're suggesting?
No, the other way around.
Other way
Because
around, yes.
other way
And then-
around, yeah.
Yeah, finish off with all the
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. I can
question
finish the
answers,
talks, and then whoever wants to
then
remain, they can just remain, and then
And
we can just have
those who
one.
want,
So-
don't want can go. Yeah.
Okay,
okay,
somebody
Sumana says meditation with
Q&A.
Yeah.
you'll have a problem here.
Okay, we can try that because we're already doing it,
what
Q&A
happens
after
is-
meditation. So that's fine.
Yeah.
That's also
Whatever
perfectly fine,
majority, that's
Yeah.
perfectly
I'm
fine.
okay with that. We're already
For
doing it. Yeah.
Q&A. Meditation, then Q&A. Okay, there will be
Okay.
always two
So
opinions.
that's fine. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I would like to do meditation first. The reason is the teaching of whatever you have learned, it remains fresh when you meditate on that immediately after what you have learned.
After the class.
So you will be able to remember. For example, suppose we discuss about Shuddhaha, Muktaha, and then you'll meditate on that. Then for 10 minutes only you're doing. So some people don't want the meditation, they can come back after 10 minutes. They can be in the group, they can come back when the Q&A starts. So
I think,
having
that
meditation,
would be better, sir. That will be better, I think.
yeah. So let's try it out. If somebody really feels that it's okay, but anyway, meditation is a very different topic by itself. Not all will be interested. Some who are interested, let's give it a try. But it will be only Vedantic meditation. It is nothing to do with light and something else. It is purely based on what we are learning. Suppose I'm learning I'm not the Sthula Sharira. So we will meditate on I am not the Sthula Sharira. I am not this physical body. So whatever we are learning, we'll meditate. Meditation helps in absorption. See, you hear, but then are you absorbing? Is your mind thinking and reflecting? Because reflection of what you have heard is an extremely important discipline, which happens in meditation normally. You see, because when you do meditation, you're thinking. We are all awake. We are all in the waking state. But we are thinking, who am I in the sleep state? Am I pure Sat? We are awake. But our mind is traveling in the direction of Artha. Okay. Namaste. Thank you. And,
Namaste. Amazing
Thank you,
section.
Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Shekharji. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Namaste.
Namaste.